Wagwan guys, I got this comment from @Diola_D that actually shook me a bit. She said Upwork clients used to view her proposals when she sent it, but they don't reply. None of them eventually hit the hire button. So isn't this a familiar frustration among many freelancers? I know that this is common because I have been in the same situation before where most of my proposals don't convert to money. When I fixed the problem, I went from just Upwork views to landing clients on Upwork. I've now had even a case of a single week where I landed 3 new Upwork projects. We would come back to that, but let me tell you about my Koshi, Kemi. Kemi sent over 40 proposals and got 9 replies, and after getting 9 replies still got 0 hires. She was already giving the vibe of, hey, this Upwork thing is not working, I need to quit. Then luckily she listened and made one tiny change to how she ended her proposals and landed a $800 project within 5 weeks. I will show you what she did in this video, but first you need the other pieces set together so that can work for you. So why are clients ghosting Diola after seeing her proposals? So why are Upwork clients ghosting you after they actually viewed your Upwork proposals? Why are they ghosting you? It is not usually your pricing or your portfolio as many freelance beginners actually think. Look, I have been watching freelancers struggle with this for many years. You are getting profile views and maybe even those Upwork notifications that say, hey, congratulations, your proposal got viewed. But when it comes to getting actual hires for project and getting real money, all you hear is cricket, which is not what anybody wants. So what is really happening behind the scenes on Upwork? Clients literally see about 230 characters before they decide on whether to read more or not. Then 230 characters, that's about maybe 25 to 45 words. Most freelancers waste this space with I read your job posting and I am very interested. That's what every freelancer also say. Instead of doing that, you can try to jump straight into their problem and your solution. You want to say something like, I understand your checkout page is losing about 40% of customers at payment, and I just fixed this exact issue for another e-commerce client in 2 days. So take a look at the proof. Then you attach maybe screenshot, you attach proofs. You are immediately showing you understand their pain and that you've solved it before, and that gives them the confidence that you can solve it again. Subconsciously, this all happen at a psychological level of interaction with the client. Another possibility is that Diola might need to stop being generic, using words like dear client at the beginning of a proposal, dear hiring manager, as though it's some corporate jobs. I'm not saying this is exactly what Diola is doing. I'm just using Diola as the person I speak with to speak to everybody. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so if you can find their names in old reviews or freelancers that have worked with them before, just use that. If you can't find their names, lead with the specific problem that they have. Then start with something like, struggling to get your Shopify store noticed on Google. I helped 3 stores increase their organic traffic by 150% last month. So this immediately tells the prospective client that, hey, this freelancer gets exactly what I am dealing with. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if clients are viewing your proposals and this is not converting to actual hires or actual payment or money for you, let us rethink how you write your proposals. Since your proposals is not your autobiography, don't write long paragraphs about yourself, about me. I have experience in, I have done this. 3 paragraphs is actually fine. You focus on the client needs. So you can break down the 3 paragraphs into something like maybe in paragraph 1, you show that you understand their problem specifically. And in paragraph 2, you can explain how you are going to solve it briefly. Then in paragraph 3, you can do something like give them one piece of proof and ask a smart question. Do you understand? That is it. Clients are scanning through dozens of proposals, so respect their time. Show as much proof as you can, and not just you promising that, hey, I can do it, I will do it. Show proof. No be church or church, show workings. Okay, show you've actually solved that exact problem of your prospective client recently for another client, and back it up with proof, back it up with attachments, add links to the other website you worked on, and prove it in the wordings of your proposal, saying something like, I fixed this same database issue for SaaS company last week, and their load time went from 8 seconds to under 2. Do you understand? Then provide a proof, attach a proof, add a link to the proof if you have it. So moving on, like Miss Baby would say, moving on. Legally game, you can actually legally game the Upwork algorithm. And what do I mean by this? Upwork algorithm loves something, and that is relevance. So use some of the exact words that the client used in their job posting description. Use those exact words in your proposal. So if they say something like, oh, WordPress customization, you don't go ahead and be calling it, although it might be the same, don't go ahead in your proposal calling it website development. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mirror the language of your prospective client as you have seen it in the job description. So if they write succinctly, the person writes passages of description, then maybe in that case you might also want to write passages of proposal. But if their job description is succinct, like just a few lines, maybe 3-4 lines, you definitely need to do more than them, but not too much. Maybe like you might, if they do maybe 3 lines, you want to do maybe just 6 or 7. You don't want to do maybe like a very long proposal. That means you see that person likes you to cut to chase. Do you understand? So you mirroring the client style of language is a smart psychology to ensure that your proposals don't just get viewed. Do you understand? But that they actually get you hired and get you money. Client will most likely view and not ignore your proposal if you show that you understand their end goal and not just the task. Most freelancers focus on just tasks. Many freelancers only pitch for tasks listed, I will design your logo, without showing that they understand the business reason behind wanting a logo. Client hire to solve bigger problems in most cases. Sometimes they know it, sometimes they don't even know it. Like the logo might be because the client wants to create a better perception of themselves so that they can attract more customers and improve conversion or position themselves as a serious brand. So if you know any other thing that would help them achieve that result, not just what they've written in their description, adding that to your proposals give you a lead over other freelancers. So shift from I will write your blog post to I will write a blog post designed to rank on Google and bring in consistent organic traffic. This makes you look like a useful partner to that prospective client, not just another money-hungry freelancer out there. So pick one of the following, or pick a mix of these patterns that I have shared with you and try it in your next 5 Upwork proposals. You understand? Your breakthrough might literally be one better proposal away. Then, having said that, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you've not. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.